Hey y'all, sitting here reflecting on the day's work and listening to the birds chirp. Watering the old azaleas here for the first time. That was a little bed. I'll take you over there and show you where Mama had, oh man, probably 70 azaleas, big old trees fallen years ago. And I hadn't tackled that side yet. That's going to be an undertaking for sure. But just sitting out here, filthy. I can see myself in this recording. I need to get in there and take a shower and get ready for the evening. I'm gonna head out to my aunt's house, I think, and visit with her and do a little computer work this evening for other interesting things that I do. But been a pretty cool day. I'm gonna take you down there and show you. Can't but mention though, in the piece of these trees, and oh, that's something my other aunt gave me. We're gonna plant that in a big old wash pot out front. I forget what she calls it, but it makes a pretty plant. Just waiting on it to root. There's old Abby's chair. Hey Margaret, how are you? That old open gate right there says volumes. But still miss her and Malta immensely. Think about the good stuff. Anyway, so today I was going to tackle the other side of the house. We didn't get to processing the chickens today. That'll come this weekend. Looking like I got some other work to do tomorrow and the next day that'll take me away from the place. But got to keep the lights on, right? But I got after it on this road frontage. Now this was grown up well before Memaw passed, so you know, over a decade ago. And they say the Lord protects fools, so I'll take his blessing on not seeing a snake, that I was sure in some snaky country. Safety's first priority, but you got to get it done sometimes. I'll post a before and after picture. I think all I did was move the hedge. I think. Let me turn it around here. So that doesn't look that dramatic. It looks nice and clean. But all of that came from right there. And that was done with a pair of limb loppers. How about that? Reminded me as I was in there chopping one. I mean, it looked, I didn't think I was ever going to get through it. But you just take it one step at a time. And I love wearing this hat. It's part of the Marcus Luttrell Lone Survivor Foundation. Team Never Quit. And I was actually privileged to meet him in Waco at a book signing event as part of the management staff at Cabela's there in Waco. And that's a good man. Of course, he went through, I don't know if y'all know his story, but over in Afghanistan in that area so many years back, the book Lone Survivor. Of course, he's from the Huntsville area, as I am. Of course, I don't hold a candle to him, but I watched him in that crowd, and he had about a 2-hour gig there signing books, and the line was wrapped around the building, and his handlers came up to tell him it was over. He had to go. And he's still a tough dude, but he's war-torn. But he stood up, he said, well, what about all these people? I said, Marcus, we got to go. It's you were here for 2 hours. He said, no, sir, that's not what I stand for. And he stayed there another 4 hours signing books and making sure that everybody that showed up to meet him got some face time and was able to talk to him. So that's an excellent organization. Love what he stands for. And I try to aspire to never quit. So as I'm going through there today, getting it all knocked down, it reminded me sometimes we see life's problems as a huge obstacle, and we sometimes stop and don't know where to start. So we just look at it and try to plan, and that's all good and dandy, and the planning is very important. But you got to get started and just take it one at a time. And before you know it, you're on the other end looking back at a job well done. And that's what I'm relishing in today. I did it all on that bottle of water. Wait, let me turn around. So I got a flag on the top of my burn pile. Hopefully we'll get it dried out before this drought pulls a burn ban in and get that gone. But I think I'm gonna call this old stump Team Never Quit. If y'all remember, I chopped on it. It was rotten. Burned it and it fell. And it's all burnt up there. Oh, there we go. Hang on, Margaret, I'll address that. talking about this old stump. So we chopped on it and it wouldn't fall because the heart's so alive, I guess, or strong. And then I burned it and it finally fell a little ways. And you can see it's all burnt up there, but I'm not gonna do anything with it. I'm gonna let it just sit there. See how long it'll last. It put up a good fight, so we'll just call that the Team Never Quit stump. How's that? Margaret, these are mainly live oaks and pin oaks, I believe. Now that I've uncovered this brush, they really show off their beauty and their magnitude of how big they truly are. I mean, it just amazes me looking at these. Here I am with the wrong. There we go. As you can see, those are beautiful, beautiful trees. Something tells me they were here probably before this house was built, or right at it. That one's got to be every bit of 150. That's something else, isn't it? Beautiful trees. But we're getting the old place back to where it belongs and the way we remember it. I don't know if I remember that being that clean down there. I really don't. That is something else. I'm proud of it today. I did, in my mind's eye, I was thinking when we would work out here on the place, Mima would stand on that front porch, especially in her later years. She'd have to keep her eye on you though. But she'd stand there and lean up on those old brick pillars, and you'd take a break, and she didn't take many breaks. And by the time you thought she was through, she'd said, "Baby, go over there and cut that down for Mima." And that's what kind of drove me through that patch this morning and this afternoon. I could just hear her say, "Oh, you got a little bit further to go, baby." But it's all good. We have those folks in our life, our parents and grandparents, that teach and guide us and push us to be something better. And just hope I can invoke some memories and foundational principles that y'all remember. And sometimes we get too busy in life to really stop and think about them. But wherever she's at, she's smiling today, looking down, I promise you, and watering those azaleas. Well, real quick, let me walk over here and show you what I remember about this. And watering the azaleas, when we stay here, we'd have to drag a long, about 100-foot hose out there and water each azalea every evening. So it was a task. I don't know if those azaleas are going to make it out there. It's pretty growed up. I'm anxious to get this old log pulled out sometime this summer. Surely there's some still in there. But let me show you. This was nothing but azaleas. Hey Molly, how are you? You said, don't worry, I ain't gonna try to get the four-wheeler on that one. Ain't no way. But this was an old azalea bed somewhere in all this underbrush. I haven't been in it yet. Let's see. I don't see any. I don't know. I don't think they made it. There's monkey grass and. Now watch. I'm gonna see my first snake here on camera. I worked him worse than this today though. Yeah, I don't see any azaleas. Well. Maybe I'll uncover a couple of them. This project here is a little ways down the road. I'm not getting into that until I get that tree moved. Yeah. Sure wish I could find one. The Nandina, look at the Nandina. Still hanging in. That's all Nandinas right there. I bet you there's an azalea or two in there. All right, folks. Well, we're gonna call it an evening. I'm gonna get in there and shower up. Again, I'm glad that these live videos you can't smell, because I'm pretty rank after today's work. Buddy of mine said if you get thirsty, just inhale. And this old East Texas humidity. Molly knows about that humidity down there in Southeast Texas. Ooh, it's thick down there on the coast. All right, y'all have a good evening, and make a difference somewhere and be the light. Have a good night.